Hello and welcome to Farnham Town. We're about 3 or 4 minutes away from kickoff. Players are beginning to get themselves into the tunnel. I'm Harry Hugo, and joined with me is Mr. Mark Godfrey, who's not been to that many Farnham Town games this season, but came on a bit of a run with me at the back end of last season with the cup.
Oh, thanks, Harry. Yeah, I think I like to think of myself as a lucky charm.
Yeah, I think you are.
And happy to be back here at Farnham. I've seen a couple of away games this season, actually. In fact, I've been away more than I have been at home, so it's nice to be back here at the Memorial.
Yeah, it's we're under the lights. The weather conditions are actually quite good. We were worried at the start of the day whether or not we were going to miss the rain or not, and looks like we are, or at least for the start of the game we are, which is good. We didn't get so much luck on Saturday. Kicked off in great summer sunshine and quickly got to a point where we were in the driving rain and the wind, which hurt us.
Kind of scuppered the game a little bit, didn't it, at the time? The rhythm and momentum of the match.
We're excited for this evening. Farnham are the only team in the country with a perfect record mark, which isn't too bad. 976 teams started this season with a perfect record of 0, 0 and 0. And Farnham Town the only one with a 0 and a 0 in the draw and the loss column. 9 wins in the league.
You sort of want someone big to talk about that, don't you? You kind of want a Daily Mail to sort of pick that up and be like...
I think we're probably we're a few games away from that. 9's not quite enough to make it really impressive. But when you start going 14, 15, you're starting to eat toward the middle of the season, then it starts to get a bit more interesting. If you are joining us live here at the Memorial Ground this evening, we are playing Guildford City in the league. This is our 10th league game. Guildford sit in about 8th, and I started off actually really, really well this season, and I've hit a bit of a sort of a blotch in their form book, but started really, really hot. I think they started with 5 wins from 5, top of the league. Lots of people at Guildford that we know really well at Farnham. Dan Goodall, who was assistant manager here at the start of last season, is in the dugout tonight for Guildford, and Will May, who starred for our under-23s last year, is leading the line for Guildford. But welcome back to the Memorial Ground for this Farnham Town League fixture against Guildford City. And your Farnham Town team tonight is as follows. Number 1 in goal, Pat Nash. Right back, number 26, Max Meaton. Centre-back partnership of Michael Kinsella and Ryan Canane. And left-back is number 14, Joe Jackson, filling in. Central midfielders, Lamar Karoma and Harry Cooksey. Attacking midfielders tonight are Lewis Flatman and Daryl Sanders. And up front is Charlie Postance, number 9, and number 46, Adam Liddell. You may also note that Guy Hollis makes his return to the bench after a lengthy knee injury. Mark, it's one of those games where you're going into it, especially having been involved in the club this season, expecting us to go and really, really take it to Guildford. We weren't that great on Saturday, but we sneaked through in the Vars. That's what it matters in cup football. But what would you expect after a not so good display? What do you think the manager's telling the players as they come out here on a Tuesday night, only a few days later?
I think, we talked about this a bit on the way down. It's about not being complacent. It's about making sure your concentration levels are right, that the shape is correct, and not taking the opposition for granted either. Sometimes you are going to come up against the side that are switched on, that are causing problems for whatever reason, and it's about staying calm, which obviously they did. They managed to get the win, and you move on. And I spoke to Ryan before the game, Ryan Cannon. He said these things happen. The weather got in the way a little bit. It disrupted our flow. But we came through it, and we're not going to go into this game with any sense of sort of trepidation because that's happened. We go back in full of confidence and thinking that we can come and smash this side.
Absolutely, and to be clear, Guildford beat us here last season 3-1 in this very yellow kit. So I remember...
I hope they washed it.
They have washed it since. I think it was sort of January, February time. And they were very good. They run out 3-1 winners, and it was kind of that sort of was the turning point in our season last season, where we started to go on a run and made it 12 games on the bounce that we won at the end of last season. But there's certainly no mugs. Guildford, like I said, started really hot this year. They score goals. They're involved in thrillers, would be how I describe them. They win 4-2, lose 4-2, win 4-3, win 5-4, lose 4-1. Like, they're involved in big scoring games.
Yeah, and it's fair to say that hasn't been the case so much for Farnham. Well, big scoring, but only one-sided.
Yeah,
I haven't
absolutely.
had too many thrillers yet this season of any kind.
And those thrillers have been low scoring, sort of 2-1s, 1-0s.
Yeah, sort of hanging on at the end. So hopefully we're in for a really high scoring game and
bit of entertainment on a Tuesday night.
Plenty of entertainment.
Obviously, people aren't watching Manchester United versus Arsenal. They're tuning in here for Guildford City versus Farnham Town.
Of course.
And it will be Guildford City to get us underway. Farnham Town setting up in their traditional 4-2-2-2 formation. But straight away we'll be looking to defend what is likely to be a long ball to the left-hand side from Guildford City. Waiting for the referee to be happy. Decent little crowd in for a Tuesday night. Nice and busy in the stand.
Must be waiting for the advert break.
Absolutely. And Guildford do get us underway and don't end up going long after some decent closing down from the forward line of Farnham Town, and Ryan Canane heads clear into the path of Lewis Flatman. Now Lamar Karoma, and he's lost it. Harry Cooksey. And Guildford City have an opportunity to get the ball forward. Good header by Daryl Sanders, who then uses his back and gets it off to Lamar Karoma, who goes over, and Farnham Town win a free kick. And this is where Farnham will just look to slow things down, I imagine, be patient, create some nice build-up play in the middle, use the ball players that they've got in Cooksley and Daryl Sanders. It goes out for a throw after what was the opposite of what I just said, a long ball from Ryan Canane. Throw into Max Meaton. Back in the right-back position where he is probably most happiest. Kinsella passes it across to Canane, and these are the patterns that Farnham will go through. Cooksey off to Kinsella, and it's long towards Adam Little, but well won by the Guildford City defender. Decent little travelling support for Guildford down to my right hand side under the covers as the ball does go forward into the channel, but will run all the way through to Pat Nash, who looks to recycle the ball quickly to Max Meaton, and now into the channel to Lewis Flatman, who loses out, but it is a Farnham throw. That's luckily going to skip away. That's at the feet of Ryan Canane. Looks like 4-3-3 for Guildford City. Lone striker.
What was interesting from the kickoff was that both left and right wingers
stayed
very wide.
Sorry to interrupt, that's a really good ball, and it's an unbelievable touch. Oh, he can't quite get it under control. Daryl Sanders for the second time of asking. It's frantic so far. It's a really good tackle by Ryan Canane. Sorry, say that again.
No, it's very good tempo. No, I was just saying that both left and right wingers for Guildford stayed very high and very wide right from quick kickoff. And I'm wondering whether that's where they got a lot of their joy earlier on in the season, hitting teams perhaps where they weren't quite expecting it, with plenty of width and pace up front.
I think they'll also know, having watched Farnham, that width is where you're going to get the opportunities, as Lewis Flatman wastes a chance to get the ball forward to Adam Little. But yeah, with this formation, this 4-2-2-2 that Farnham employ, you need a lot of work from the fullbacks in order to provide the width. And because you've got attacking midfielders rather than wingers, you're going to be in a position where there is less width. So there's an opportunity for especially the fullbacks of the opposition team to get on the ball. But it has been a very high tempo start in this game. And it's a throw just below us to Guildford City. That's throw that Kinsella's going to have to deal with. And he passed it back to Pat Nash and gets it back and can't get it under control, and the ball goes out for a Guildford City throw.
Yeah, caught him a bit flat-footed there. I think Pat Nash didn't really have anything else to do other than that. It was the right pass to make, but I think perhaps Kinsella not quite expecting it.
Be interesting to see if they will go for a long throw into the Farnham box, or if they go for to feet. They go to feet. And Guildford have a chance to get the ball into the box, but they cross behind the goal. And I feel like I said against Rising Ballers Kensington on Saturday, Guildford are going to need to make the most of their opportunities tonight when they do get forward. You'd imagine. Max Meaton down the line, but the Guildford City player comes across, and Lamar wins another foul, cleverly using his body. Canane plays Joe Jackson on the far side into Sanders, who's hugging that left touchline. Now Kinsella. Lewis Flatman into feet. Goes around the corner to Meaton with a poor touch. Another good tackle and then loses out. But Charlie Postance does really well. Really nicely done by Postance, but unfortunately can't win the ball, and it's a foul on the Guildford City midfielder. You worked hard there though, Charlie. Came back.
I really like. I know I meant to say at the start. Actually, I'm really excited to see Charlie play up front tonight. Just interesting that it seems we've lost quite a number of the second balls so far in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Not something we're perhaps used to, being kind of I wouldn't say outmuscled, but there seems to be a Guildford player in the right position at the moment. The balls are just dropping into them.
Max Meaton with a header. Good header by Lamar Karoma, and Flatman looks forward quickly towards Postance, but it's come out to the Guildford number 6 and cleared by the goalkeeper. Now at the feet of Guildford again in midfield. Adam Little looks to get the ball, but it's well won again by the number 6. Max Meaton. Lewis Flatman turns. Not a huge amount of options for him, but Max Meaton happy to receive it back. Kinsella. Sanders comes short nicely, gives Meaton an option, and Meaton moves it across into Farnham's captain and number 5, Ryan Canane. Really nice touch. And Farnham starting to go through the gears. Cut back inside. Ball comes across and goes out for a corner. Much better transitional play there from Farnham. Yeah,
definitely playing through the lines a little bit more, through the thirds with a bit more composure, starting out from the back. A lot of good things come from Ryan Canane, we know that. And this needs to get a bit of control in the game. There's not been much in the opening stages. No chances, very tight, and lots of good energy from Guildford.
Sanders comes short, happy to pick the ball up there, goes across the goal, and it's given as a corner. It was nice, ball heading towards the goalkeeper, just taken off his hands by a Guildford City head. But Farnham will opt to go short when they can. And Sanders drags 2 players out with him. Keep him there. Ball's going to come across from Harry Cooksey. It's up in the air towards Canane. Just up and over the bar. Farnham becoming more of a threat from corners like they should be with the height they do possess in Canane and Kinsella.
Yeah, like I said, I spoke to Ryan before the game. He said I should be scoring. He's shaking his head now. I should be scoring 8, 9, 10 goals a season, really. He said he feels like every season he gets... he has like magical saves or hits the woodwork 8 or 9 times a season.
That ball's coming very close to us. Max does well.
He definitely feels like he should be scoring more.
Yeah, I think look, if you put the right sort of balls in for Ryan, you clip them up and give him a bit of time to judge it, then he's going to win the header 9 times out of 10. It's just whether or not he can generate enough power. And the ball is in to Adam Little, who's come short, plays it out wide to. Oh, it's a great ball.
What a ball.
Really, really good ball in.
Beautiful from Flatty.
Well, Lewis Flatman, who switched wings. Kanane nicely taken on his chest into Lewis Flatman, who's just put in a really nice ball. Goes across. Oh, and he looks for Charlie Postens off the last man. Can't quite make the connection. This is better from Farnham. Harry Cooksey really nicely into a bit of space for Daryl Sanders to drive forward. Can he shoot? He can, but it's well blocked into Max Meaton, who looks to cross it. I think it took a deflection. It's cleared by a Guildford City player, but Farnham will get possession back. Lamar, really nice. Really, really nice from Farnham Town, out wide. Joe Jackson. It's clipped up. Tell you what's got a chance. Base of the post. Oh, how's that not gone in? Goalkeeper does really, really well. Lamar Karoma does well to get the ball, but it's fed its way back out. And that's Will May. And now with the number 8. Comes inside really nicely. He does really well. But, oh, he's given it. He looked like it was really close to his chest.
From
there.
our position, it was nothing he could do there. He's about a yard away.
We're just about to watch back the cross, which nearly went in. Wow. I mean, how hasn't it gone in?
And how hasn't it off a deflection either?
Crazy.
You'd expect that, 9 times out of 10, that comes back, hits the keeper and goes in.
But Farnham do have to defend this shooting opportunity for Guildford City. There's a man on the left-hand side and 2 on the outside of the box. But I imagine this will be a shot on goal.
Yeah, surely. Early stages, you're not going to get too many chances like this, you'd think.
Bit of dew on the pitch. Good strike. Good strike.
Hit that really well.
Just over the bar.
Always looked like I had a bit too much on it, but no, good strike. There were a few little chances there, and it seemed to all come from Flatty drifting out, well, first to the left, but then picking the ball up in the centre, and that gave Dazza loads of room to pick the ball up and create.
Farnham goes short from the goal kick. Max Meaton across to Kanane, now to Joe Jackson. Farnham making the pitch big with both of their fullbacks bombing on. Jackson in his unnatural left-back position. That was a very risky pass, but gets away with it. And into the feet of Daryl Sanders. Max Meaton with quite a lot to deal with off the back of that pass, but does well. And Farnham again will calm it down. Clipped over to Joe Jackson. A lot of movement in front of him, it's really nice. Not sure what's happened there and where the ball is, but it's come out. And Farnham Town still got it, out on that far side. Really nice reverse pass. One more, into Adam Little. Can he shoot? He does! It's a good save, really good save. But nice to see Farnham Town taking some shots from 25 yards out, low and hard. Test the goalkeeper early, and it was a good save in the end. But nice again, passenger pay on that far left-hand side, Mark Godfrey.
Yeah, we didn't really give up on that. There was a couple of times that Guildford had a chance to clear, but we had a high press there, win the ball back, create something again, recycle it. I think you're starting to see that.
Silly foul from Mark.
I think we're starting to see Farnham's quality just come to the fore, and maybe, like we said earlier, just that change in formation, just putting personnel in different areas is just causing Guildford a few more problems than they were having to face in the first stages of the game.
Absolutely. And yeah, even Little's come in a bit deeper, picking up the ball, leaving Charlie on his own up there. There's a huge amount of space here, though, for the Guildford midfielder to pick up the ball from the free kick. Back to the number 3. Puts the ball into a dangerous area. That's a really nice touch. Really nice, he's through. But it's a tame shot. It was a great move from Guildford. And it's moments like that will worry Farnham Town.
Yeah, that was too easy, really.
It was. It was all came from a sloppy piece of marking from the free kick, not really focusing. Max Meaton goes long towards Sanders with a really nice touch off the deflected pass. Sanders below me, asking for the ball. into Sanders. He's picked up a bit of space here on the right-hand side. Inside to Liddell with a heavy touch, but wins it nearly twice, but comes out to a huge amount of space to Harry Cooksey, who quickly picks it up and goes wide nicely with a clip left-footed pass. Joe Jackson twisting and turning, still got the ball. Goal, and does really well to defend, actually. And unfortunately concedes a free kick over there, Joe Jackson, after a lot of hard work. Really well defended from the Guildford City right back.
He was just trying to give himself half a yard. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
The problem with playing a right-footed player at left back.
Yeah, of course. But you see that you're trying to create a bit of space yourself. You're trying to sell the defender. Makes you look a bit silly.
After you've done it 4 times, it's difficult to sell him.
Yeah, he's just watching you dance, essentially.
Farnham have hit the base of the post from a cross-come shot and had a long-distance effort saved from an Adam Liddell strike. But Guildford probably had the best individual chance of the half so far.
100%. He had the goal at his mercy, really. Could have
just kind of all saw his name up in lights, saw that clock end crowd.
Yeah, I think what happened, Kinsella got the wrong side of him. So essentially, he was able to just slide the ball on the inside of him, and it opened up. He could have gone either side, top corner, anything he wanted to do.
Farnham move the ball across again from one side of the pitch to another, and Guildford will track it down and work hard. And this is again what Farnham will want to do. They'll keep the ball, move Guildford from side to side, tire them out. It's a long 90 minutes when you don't have the ball. Kinsella. Max Meaton. Nicely played into Sanders with a nice touch. And it's overlapped really nicely to Max Meaton, who gets, he just picks the wrong pass there. Just needed to whip that across. And now Guildford have a chance to get up front with Will May now, and the number 9. He plays it inside, but Lamar Haroma reads that really nicely and cuts in, and that's exactly why he's in the Farnham starting 11. Sees the danger and gets rid of it. Farnham now the ball on the far side. Lewis Flatman into Lamar Karoma. Kinsella. Max Meaton. Harry Cooksey. Sanders. Meaton even. Cooksey. Farnham will continue to work the ball and make Guildford think. Kinsella. Cooksey in this right back position. Steps over the ball and goes past number 9. Now it's with Sanders. Now Flatman looks to shoot. Flatman. Sanders picks the ball up. Does really well, the goalkeeper. And it was another really well worked piece of play from Farnham Town as they look to get forward. Guildford City on the counter attack, and they have done really, really nicely. There's a man going through, just lent across him, and he just wasn't strong enough.
Nothing there.
Joe Jackson did really, really well.
Never a foul, and the player knows it as well.
Yeah,
the only one for Guildford.
He knew he had a long way to go until he got to the goal, and he just wasn't going to beat Ryan Kinane and Joe Jackson tracking back.
Excellent speed from Jackson getting back.
But another, show that Guildford do pose a threat on the counter-attack.
Yeah, I mean, we said this at the start. They've scored a lot of goals. The only problem for them is they've conceded more than they've scored so far this season. But they're definitely a threat.
Nice pass into Adam Liddell on that far side. Does well to keep the ball. Looks to cut it back, but is to nobody. Lamar intercepts and finds Kinane, who moves it quickly across to Joe Jackson at left back. Sanders dropping deep to find the ball, and now it's Max Meaton, who looks to get the ball in, but he can't. It's blocked. Probably the right pass was into the channel to Harry Cooksey. Cooksey into Max Meaton, and back Farnham go again to Michael Kinsella. Kinane into Adam Liddell. Really nice turn. Really nice turn. Sanders probably too deep in order to do some damage, but it's back to Lamar Karoma. And now Farnham will look to move the ball forward. Cooksley. He's onside as he dances inside and shoots, and again it's blocked, and it comes out to a Guildford player. And there's a Guildford player down. And referee has stopped the game.
I don't think there was enough there. We could see it quite clearly. Yeah, they came together, but I don't think it was a foul.
Make sure you're not too high.
Farnham Town have enjoyed quite a lot of the possession so far, Mark, but and cut through a few times. But goalkeepers made a couple of good saves.
Yep, they have. I think after about 6 or 7 minutes, they realised that Dazza Sanders was being sort of left on his own, and I think there's a bit of a man marking detail on him now. So he's having to move around to find a little bit more space.
Very straight pass from Kinsella that was unnecessary. Farnham have found a lot of joy already just keeping the ball, and they need to remain patient. Keeper kicks with a lot of spin. And Kinsella wins the header. And it's brought down beautifully by Daryl Sanders, and it's overlapping again. It's Joe Jackson, and that's a poor pass, poor decision. Lamardo into Harry Cooksley, and there's a huge amount of time and space again for Jackson on the far side. Into Sanders. Canane. Really nice from Sanders. Pinpoint to Max Meaton, who can drive into some space, but he finds Liddle. Sanders back to Canane. Farnham again with some. Oh, it's poor though. Poor communication, and Farnham lose the ball. And Guildford get themselves into an attacking position on the right hand side. Farnham won't want to give away a free kick here. And they don't, and Farnham will come away with the ball, and a huge opportunity for them to get the ball forward into Charlie Postons. He's coming indeed. Max Meaton on the overlap. Can he get the ball across? He can. It's really nice. Where's the goal? Where's the finish? Oh. It was a great ball across from Max Meaton. But Farnham need to be finishing those. Daryl Sanders, you'd expect better from that range. And Guildford City have danced.
The range you're talking about is 4 inches.
I'm not sure if the Guildford player did.
It might have done enough on him, yeah.
Or if he missed the ball, I'm not sure. The 11 comes inside, does really well. Nice triangles. And Farnham are, again, looking to defend. And that is a pop shot.
See what Farnham are trying to do now is Sanders is coming back a little deeper to get the ball and work as that pivot, and then when that happens, Flatty's trying to come in ahead of him to get into the pocket of space. But every time that seems to have happened so far, it's sort of broken down. Either the pass into Dazza's not worked, or Flatty's not in the right place quite. But I like the idea, because I think that's what needs to happen. If they're going to man mark,
a lot of the ball is coming into Max Meaton here on the near side too, and that was a great ball across. Couldn't have done much better. Really good pass from Lewis Flatman out to Joe Jackson, who has a lot of space to run into and does so. Cuts back inside, finds Adam Liddle. One more across if he can. Can't see it, but he gets out to Jackson, who pulls it back across to Flatman. What a great save that is. What a great save that is. He did everything right, kept it down.
He did really well to keep that down. That ball was sort of spinning as it came chopped across the penalty area. You expecting that ball to go over the hoardings you've got at the back here, but no, he made a good connection, probably too good. If he'd have scuffed it, it'd have probably gone back of the net.
It felt like the wrong pass into the box. We were expecting a Max Meaton sort of whipped one, but it was actually one that worked out really, really nicely.
It's been 3 or 4 of them so far that have sort of not picked out the man. It's hard to know whether that was intentional or not, but hey, nearly worked.
Great header from Lamar Karoma into Postons, who does really well to hold it up, and Daryl Sanders will drive forward now. Sanders does shoot. Goalkeeper does well. Goalkeeper's made a few good saves. We are testing him, Farnham Town. An instruction below us from the Guildford bench to slow it down, relieve the pressure. Farnham are attacking in droves now, but need to find the net. It's a good kick from the goalkeeper. And Kinsella, that's a really poor decision from Lamar Caroma, gets himself into a bit of trouble. And that's a nice ball in behind in the left wing position. Little back heel. And a foul. And a foul on Lamar Caroma. It was either going to be a foul or a goal kick.
Well, and it wasn't going to be a goal kick because it was definitely a foul. But the Guildford bench don't agree. I think they feel like they've been aggrieved on a couple of decisions. But
I think the referee's done so well. Yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah, definitely.
Travelling from Max Meaton, gets to the halfway line, still going. Harry Cooksley, who beautiful, invites Joe Jackson forward with his left foot. Not something Joe Jackson's naturally adept with, but playing on that left back role and puts it across. Oh, it's a nice ball across, and it's going to go out for a corner to Farnham Town. Looked like he might have kept it in. Ball goes short from the corner. Fed through into the box. Trot back. Oh, off the inside the post from Harry Cooksley. Flatman back across. Ball comes back out for a Guildford City player. I'm not sure how that didn't go in.
The Guildford goal is charmed. Is living a charmed life at the moment.
It's nice though from Farnham Town. Nice little bit of interchange again on that left-hand side.
Yeah, and that's twice in a row where cutbacks have actually found their man, and that's starting to really work for us.
Here it is for us to watch. This comes back to Harry Cooksley, who just plays inside of the near post. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper got anything on it, but it was a really, really good move from Farnham Town. They just can't find the back of the net. And they're hoping that it's not going to be one of those days as Guildford clear it. And are definitely under a significant amount of pressure now, Guildford, and that goal on the far end. You hearing what they're saying down there?
Yes, I can hear what they're saying down there.
Any sort of insight?
I think they're saying
make it PG.
When you come on, the person you're replacing is going to be tired. Put it that way.
Got it. Max Meaton. Oh, that is a tired pass to Lewis Flatman. And I
think the Guildford bench are acknowledging that they're under pressure, and when you later on in the game, if they're in a position to still challenge for the 3 points or even a point, then defensive positions are going to be fortified, shall we say?
It's a nice way of putting it. It's been an entertaining half so far. Lots of chances. Nothing has hit the back of the net quite yet. Farnham Town win the throw-in.
I mean, that's probably the first one that I would say has gone wrong there. That was a Guildford throw-in. We're right above that one.
Quickly, really nice turn, volley from Daryl Sanders out to Jackson, who's had quite a lot of the ball in this first half. Important in the system, the fullbacks. Daryl Sanders really nicely moves it out to Max Meaton, who can get a cross in and does so really, really well. And it's Charlie Postons who attacks it, and then there's a player on the back stick. Can't quite turn it in. And the ball goes long, but straight to Ryan Canane, who will slow it down and move it back around. And Farnham are turning up the heat.
Looked like the perfect opportunity there for Charlie. That's a sort of meat and drink for him. That's the chance he wants.
It was a really nice ball from Max
Perhaps
Meaton.
A little bit static. It had to be sort of underneath it rather than come onto it, but he was still favourite to win it.
Cooksley. Canane. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. Nice pass, really smart. Knows the man's going to be there in Max Meaton. Into just not calling for it in that area. Max Meaton under a bit of pressure from the 11 and does really well to find his goalkeeper safely. Ryan Canane goes long, looks for Daryl Sanders. It's a great ball and it's defended poorly. But Charlie Postons can't get it under control, but he does find Harry Cooksley in midfield, number 8. Sanders with a touch, but it wasn't going to find Flatty. Sanders battles back really nicely, and now it's Meaton into the channel to Adam Liddell, who cuts back inside with a nice Cruyff turn, but finds Sanders, who rolls up to it and has gone for the conversion. I'll tell you what, that's not a million miles away. And it's come out to Liddell on the edge of the box, and Guildford do clear it in the end, but it was one of those balls that you just don't want to defend. Number 7 does well to hold it up away from Kinsella as Guildford relieve some pressure of their own goal. There's a huge amount of space on this side. Guildford bench want them to take on Max Meaton. He does so.
Hasn't gone!
Ball comes away with Farnham Town. Lots of complaining below from...
They're complaining about the cameraman, and the linesman made a good point. I'm not going to run up there. I don't go in that half.
Daryl Sanders into the feet of Max Meaton. Back to Sanders, who's been very, very deep so far in this half, looking to move the ball and drag out some players from the Guildford midfield, and has done so very well at times. This is Ryan Canane, who's gone past the halfway line, uncharacteristically.
Yep, nosebleed.
And he turns around and passes it back to Kinsella. And now we're with Joe Jackson. It's nicely into Daryl Sanders. Plays it off to Harry Cooksley, who shoots, and it's zipping. And it's a great save on the goalkeeper, but it came back out. He's been pushed. Nothing doing.
Now, from our angle there, it looked very much like the defenders just come straight through the back. Well, not through the back of it, but right through the side.
We'll be able to watch it in a few seconds' time on our highlight screen.
It looked more like a barge to me.
Again, a nice strike from Harry Cooksley, low and hard, testing the goalkeeper. Here it is, in front of us. Ball comes up in the air. Ooh, I mean,
it's clumsy.
It's very clumsy. It's one of those that because the
ball's already gone.
Yeah, he manages to get the header off quite cleanly. It's one of those that's quite difficult to give, but you've seen him given. In fact, I saw a very similar incident given when I went to Woking about a week ago. Exactly the same sort of thing. The header was at goal, goalkeeper caught it, but he just got barged out of the way in the follow through. Great header by Michael Kinsella.
I'm never quite sure why that really matters. You know, players got the ball. It happened at the Premier League this week, where the challenge was so late it couldn't be a penalty. And I thought, well, it seems a bit strange to me. Just because it's so late and the ball's already gone out of play, you still come through the back of him.
Throw-in's good, and it's flicked by Max Meaton, and it's going to go back to Pat Nash. And Farnham Town move the ball out to the far side with Joe Jackson. And Michael Kinsella now with Max Meaton. Not a lot of options for Max Meaton, and he picks a very good one in Harry.
Did really well, yeah. Nice and patient. They have shown a lot more patience in the last 10 minutes and find the gaps.
Joe Jackson drives forward, goes past his man. Joe Jackson cuts back this time. Little, he can't quite find the space, and Farnham need to recycle the ball. Lamar does well, finds Max Meaton, and he'll find Daryl Sanders, who's running all the way around the pitch. Left back, right back, centre mid. Dummies, inside, outside. Goes round him and wins a corner. Wins a corner. Banzai Tom says in the comments, possession play and movement is exceptional. This Farnham Town team, an absolute joy to watch. They just need a goal to finish off this dominant first half.
Spot on. And that's probably been the only sort of criticism of Farnham all season, really, at times. Yeah. Is, perhaps a little bit wasteful.
But lots of teams are so energetic at the start in order to try and stay with us that lots of that breaking down comes in the second half when there's more tired legs on the pitch and the game's a bit more stretched. Ball comes in from Harry Cooksley. It's a good one, and it's down into Max Meaton, I think. Now with Postance. It was a real nice strike, and it's going to go out for a Farnham Town throw-in.
I mean, the challenge there for Farnham is to stay composed, stay disciplined,
and patient.
And that's football, right?
They're creating the chances, and it will be Lewis Flatman going to be taking the throw. We do have huge amount of annoyance below me from the Farnham bench with Kinsella.
I think they want Will May to do something.
Header looks to be flicked on by Canane. Lewis Flatman, Canane. And now Farnham can work it, and it's Lamar into Sanders, who can't quite find the perfect pass, but it's still his intended target is Max Meaton, and he does pick up the ball. Ball comes in, headers towards goal from Ryan Canane, but he was ducking and diving in order to get to it, and couldn't generate any power, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. It's been a relatively disciplined performance so far from Guildford, though. I have to give them credit. We know that lots of teams will come here and, to be honest, play Farnham Town. We'll look to just sit behind, and they have done that. They've done it well. They've countered well. Nice from Harry Cooksey. Joe Jackson. Farnham will look to move it fast and across to Max Meaton, who's had a lot of the ball. Lewis Flatman comes short, and now Max Meaton drives forward, and it's nicely done. Overlap is to Adam Liddell, who looks to get the ball across, and it's well blocked by the Guildford defender, and out for another Farnham Town corner. Much better. Nice little difference.
You wouldn't say Guildford have dropped deep or anything, or look like they're under siege as such, although obviously most of the chances have come to Farnham Town.
Last 20 minutes, Farnham have certainly asserted their dominance. They've kept the ball well, got the ball into wide areas, got the ball into the box, and created a few chances. Ball comes in, it's a really nice ball. It's a great strike. Oh, that's another corner. Not sure who that was. Was it Harry? No, Harry Cooksey would have taken the corner.
It didn't look like
Charlie Postins.
Yeah, and it didn't look like it really took a touch off anyone, to be honest. And
looks like he just didn't hit it very well.
Yeah, that's right. And
ball goes short. Daryl Sanders now. Lamar Karoma, who will look to work it back to Sanders, who puts the ball in for his big men in the middle. Towards the back post. Oh, it's really nicely done. Where's the ball? It's in. It's in. It's Michael Kinsella who wheels away. And it hit about 4 or 5 players before it went in the back of the net. We will get the beauty of being able to watch that again. But Farnham Town are 1-0 to the good. And there's certainly no issues. Here comes the ball in. It's really smart from Lewis Flatman, who clips it back up. Ball goes up, and then it's an own goal.
I'm not entirely sure what Guildford have got a problem with.
It's a header from Michael Kinsella, who goes back across goal, and it's headed in by their own man into the top corner.
Okay, they think it was miles offside from the first cross, but there isn't anyone in line with where the offside could have taken place. So they're guessing.
Their complaint is that it's offside, yet the requirement is for the referee to get hold of the game. The linesman seems to be the one that they've got more of an issue with.
I think there's, right from the first couple of minutes, there were a couple of challenges that they felt aggrieved by, some soft fouls on Farnham players, and then some fouls that they thought should have been given their way, and now the linesman's getting a lot of stick. And so is the ref. And actually, they're asking the ref to get control of the game. All he'll do is book them.
And Guildford gets back underway. There's definitely some stern words had by the Guildford players. I'm not sure what they can be too aggrieved on, as Michael Kinsella wins another header after just scoring with one. Ball goes long. Harry Cooksey and look to get it under control. Adam Liddell can't, and Guildford come away with the ball, and it goes nicely into the channel, and it goes out for a Guildford corner.
Ironic cheers
for a Guildford corner, and they literally sent everybody up. Everyone's coming up here.
This is what I like. That's sort of what I meant.
Adam Liddell is in 50 yards of space.
I don't mind this. I think someone will drop back. They're obviously having a chat about it, but this is sort of what I meant about Guildford. They didn't. I know that we were playing well against them and creating chances, but they didn't seem perturbed by that in any way. And actually, they're playing with some freedom. And when they do get the chance to attack, they're doing it in numbers.
Surely they go into the box. What's going on in there? Referee's not happy with stuff that's going on.
From Farnham's perspective as well, that's exactly the sort of goal we needed. Bit scrappy, bit scruffy, in off a deflection. That's exactly what we needed, really, to get the game going a little bit. And
it's going to change the game now, right?
Yeah,
it's
right.
Going to change.
Because Guildford as an attacking unit should come out a little bit more.
And they go into the box. It's a really nice ball in, by the way. It's going to drop, and Farnham have dealt with it just about.
Breaks on.
Charlie Postins into. It's a really nice touch by Adam Liddell. Really nice. He's going to beat him for pace. And he's given the foul.
Absolute shit! Boy, well done, boy!
The Guildford bench and the Guildford fans are not happy with that one. I'm not sure really what they had.
They're going to be really annoyed in a minute when he gets a yellow card.
I mean, I'm not sure what they can argue with. He was all over the back of him. He did well to stop him scoring. But other than that, I mean, it was a foul.
There was definitely a shirt pull in there, or at least a pull on against the arm, maybe once, maybe even twice.
Yeah, I thought it.
I think the annoying thing there a little bit for Guildford was that there was a second pause. Everyone thought he's going to go and give the throw in, and then he sort of delayed flag, and it just gives the impression of indecision and
one of those things.
Not being confident about his own decision there.
Come back a couple so you can come onto it.
Harry Cooksey over the ball for Farnham Town in the 38th minute.
They can only get out this way.
Cooksey puts it in with a bit of pace towards the back stick. Farnham Town, the ball could be anywhere. And it's come out to Daryl Sanders.
Far too many times where the ball's dropped in the box and there's just none of us attacking it. There's no Farnham player on it. And that was an incredible ball in. Perfect.
Whipped.
Waiting to be attacked in. No, not being critical. Well, maybe I am, but I want Poston. Wherever that ball's dropping.
and Kinane should be all over those.
They've got to be all over that. And that's, again, back to what we said in the first 5 minutes. Kinane knows he ought to be scoring more goals, but he's a defender. He doesn't need to be doing that. For Poston, this is his day job.
Ball goes long and clipped up and it's deflected. And ball goes out of play for a Farnham throw. Farnham 1-0 to the good, thanks to what will probably go down as an own goal. It will go to the dubious goals panel at Opta Town, but from the replay that I've seen, I think it will go down as an own goal. Joe Jackson.
I'm not so sure. I think it might have been going in the opposite corner.
Maybe. And that will be why the dubious goal panel will need to meet on it. Nicely kept in by the Farnham Town number 46, Adam Liddell. Now where's number 46? Because it was his number at Reading FC in their squad. Sanders on the far side. Joe Jackson. Jackson. Ball could be with Ryan Kinane.
That's very late on Kinane. Very, very late.
Very late.
That's frustration boiling over.
And he's going to get booked. Another yellow card.
Do you know what? The problem here is that each one of these Guildford players has now been chatting and shouting at the ref and at the lino. You only need to do one foul like that, like a late foul. It was frustration, and it probably still deserves a booking because it was deliberate. But the referee's already run out of patience now with these Guildford players.
Yeah. And you can understand why.
Well, it did make this point right after the goal. The only way that the referee's going to get a grip on the game, as he's been shouted at to do, is to by showing the yellow cards and asserting his discipline on it.
Nice touch by Adam Liddell from Ryan Kinane out wide to Sanders. Ball comes out to the edge of the box to Lamar, who play. Oh, sorry, this is where Sanders is. Was Flatty?
That was Flatty.
On the move, please. On the move.
It's dark on that far side. There's Flatman. Nicely clipped over to Joe Jackson, who clips it over towards the back stick. And more ironic jeers from the Guildford City faithful.
The thing is, as well, they're only 1-0 down, and they've been in the game. They've had a couple of chances, decent free kick, one-on-one for the number 9, Will May. They actually have chances here, but if they let themselves get distracted by that and feel like they're up against it even more than they are, they're going to just stop playing football altogether, and they'll find themselves 2 or 3 down before they've even had a chance. So
it's a poor kick, but he's got away with it, the goalkeeper, and it's fed out to the number 6, who did pick up a yellow card earlier for his tackle on Adam Liddell, and it was another foul given there against Lamar. And Farnham get the ball moving quickly. Now with Ryan Kinane. Lewis Flatman needs to move the ball. Joe Jackson into the path of Ryan Kinane. Now Michael Kinsella. Kinsella back to Kinane. And we're moving it from one side to another. Now Lewis Flatman looks to clip it into a channel for Adam Liddell. And Guildford have a chance to get the ball forward here. 3 players breaking. 3 on 3 now. Farnham getting players back. And Lamar Karoma comes away with it and passes it to Daryl Sanders, who looks wide really smartly into the path of Adam Little, who isolates his man and looks to work a bit of a space and shoots. And it's really well blocked by Guildford City. There's a great pass out there. Daryl Sanders' first time.
Lovely.
No one else saw it. Lamar Karoma as well to slow down the attack for Guildford City.
Charlie, shift over the side. Charlie, shift over. Let him behind you.
And Guildford City kicked the ball out of play. 44 minutes played at the Memorial Ground. Adam Little, Daryl Sanders and Harry Cooksley have all shot from outside the box, probably something that's been told of them before the game, because there's been far more of that activity versus recent weeks as Little comes short and gets it to Max Meaton, and it's really nicely into the channel into Adam Little, who checks back and gets it to Max Meaton again. He puts the ball in and it's cleared half and back in with a better cross really from the Guildford City player and chested comfortably back to the goalkeeper, but one of the best crosses of the day so far for Farnham Town coming from a Guildford City player. Crowd looks good. Decent amount of people behind.
It's a chilly night. Yeah. Chillier than anyone would have expected. I was fortunate to find a pair of gloves in my pocket.
But you're only wearing one.
Yeah, but the other ones can just sit casually in my pocket at times.
Very nice. Header is straight to Michael Kinsella, and now it's headed as Guildford look to go forward, but back from Jackson to Kinsella, and now Pat Nash, who stings it out wide to Lewis Flatman.
I like to think of myself as the Michael Jackson of the non-league football world.
Yeah, I like it. Clipped. Wow, really nice from Charlie Postance.
Oh, wow! What a goal!
Brilliant!
That is beautiful.
I love it.
The minute it left his foot.
But the touch from Charlie Postance to get it into that position won't go unnoticed. But Daryl Sanders has found the top bin in the 45th minute from 25 yards out, and that is why he's one of the best players in the league.
Unbelievable. And do you know what? It's capped a fantastic half for him because
he's been everywhere.
He was man-marked by two separate players already in this game, and they've both left him now.
And let's just have a look at the body language versus the first goal, where they felt aggrieved. They can just stand and watch and admire that, because that was quite frankly brilliant. He's just pointed at me because I texted him today saying, if you can see the goal, shoot. Because I'm sick of him trying to run the ball into the back of the net.
It's astonishing to have to tell a player that, but the owner of a football club has done that, and it works.
He's so desperate to play the perfect pass because he's capable of it. He doesn't let it fly that much, and he can do it. You
just mentioned it, by the way. You just mentioned it a couple of minutes before.
So it's obviously been an instruction from the management. I'm certainly
more.
not claiming tactical genius. But, at this level, there is no disrespect, but the goalkeepers are not the best players on the team.
No.
Right? So there's an opportunity. And I think he's had a really good game so far, the Guildford goalkeeper. He's made some really good saves against Flatty.
But sometimes long range is the harder ones to deal with.
You're not set.
If your starting position isn't perfect, you're going to be in trouble.
Second ball comes down to a Guildford City player, but Charlie Postance will look to get it. And now Flatman, and it's come out to Adam Little. Can he find a pass? He can. To Lamar Karoma, and Farnham are really turning on the style now. And it's Daryl Sanders into the box for Farnham Town, and Guildford have defended it well, but it has come back straight back out. Now with Adam Little, and again he loses the ball. And Guildford have a chance to get it forward now on this left-hand side. Huge amount of space, and Farnham need to work their way back. Shepherd him into the corner. Done really well. And now Daryl Sanders, as Farnham come forward and are 2-0 to the good at half-time, Mark. It's been a pleasure. The last half an hour has been a pleasure to watch. It really has. Do drop your comments down below what you've thought about the first half. And if you can give the next 2 seconds of your life to click the subscribe button as well, that would really make a difference to this football club. But yeah, Mark, it's been a joy to watch the last sort of 25-30 minutes. Like Farnham have just popped it left to right, little pieces of interchange, and then topped off with a fantastic football goal.
They had the perfect story arc, they're up against it in the first few minutes, an energetic side, Guildford, challenging, posed a few questions, threatened a few times, And then Farnham Town really played themselves into the game a little bit, changed some of the formations, put Flatty, into the left position at one point, into the centre, close to Dazza, give him some more space. And as the game just developed, you could feel the goal was coming. It was definitely coming. And of course, yes, it was scrappy, potentially contentious with a potential offside, as Guildford claim it to be. And then, the end of the half just topped off with the climax of that wonderful finish.
Back, and if you want to go back and watch it yourself, you can go back about 2.5 to 3 minutes. But it's Joe Jackson on the left-hand side. He drives forward. He looks quickly, and it's that little touch from Charlie Postles that gives Daryl Sanders a huge amount of room, and he just bends it.
Guides.
He hardly hits it. Like, this pass is into the danger zone. It's that little touch, clip behind the back of his heel, and just lets it fly.
Do you know what? You look at, people are going to think I'm a joke and put this in the comments, but you look at someone like Min Son last night, but the way just moves it out of his feet and just strikes and guides it, and feels almost like there's the goal's twice the size. He doesn't have to put it into the top corner, he doesn't have to hit it in off the inside of the post, but there's enough flight and guile and whip on the ball. You just know it's in the second he's hit it.
Absolutely, and
it's just perfect technique and just a perfect awareness on the pitch.
Yeah, and like we said, it topped off a really, really good half for Daryl. He was everywhere. He played probably the most I've seen him play deeper. He was in and around this sort of centre circle quite a lot, picking up the ball, just playing the little pass, popping it off to centre back, finding a bit of space, allowing Flatty, like you said, to get into his own pocket and play himself into the game. Adam Liddell's come short quite a lot, again looking for those little bounce passes, and Max Meaton and Joe Jackson have been absolutely critical in Farnham's width and getting the ball into the box, and it's paid dividends.
I think that's probably the difference. Well, there's been many differences between this season and last season, but I think one of the biggest ones is the ability to flex and adapt mid-game, and to have the confidence from the management to do that. Within 6 or 7 minutes of the start of the match, to go, you know what, Flatty, it's not working for you down here on the right. We don't need it. Max Meaton can fill that space. We don't need you in there. We need you in the pocket a little bit more, where we're actually, as we said at the start of the game, losing all the second balls, so we're dropping to all Guildford players. Let's get more players in the pocket, more players closer to Postons. And see where that takes us. And what that's opened up is that whole left-hand side now, and a lot of the joy came from there when Cooksley hit the post and so on. All of that comes from management seeing what isn't quite working, even in the 6th or 7th minute, and saying, right, let's just change it. There's confidence, and I guess that's what happens when you're a top team and you're top of the league and you're flying high, and you've got a unit of players that can play in multiple roles under different types of instruction. And let's just it's 0-0. Let's just play and see what happens.
I think I was discussing with you in the car about this system and how it kind of encourages that constant rotation of the front four. You see very clear back four with the fullbacks being used as the width. The two in midfield just hold that midfield position. They're a pair in there and don't really go anywhere, and they're always there for the centre backs to play the pass to. But the front four are everywhere. They're left, right, in the middle, like fullback areas. They play into the channels. They play hard into the middle. Like, it's so difficult as an opposing manager to go, how on earth are we going to compete against a team that are moving around at this level so quickly and with so much clarity about where they should be next?
Yeah.
Like, that's the difficulty. And then you've got to be, as an opposing manager, you look on the bench and you go, okay, well, Shamal Edwards is probably going to come on. One of the top goal scorers in the league this season. Then you've got players like Dean Rule, one of the top goal scorers in the league last season.
Owen Dean started the season brilliantly.
Fantastic goal scorer for Farnham Town. You've got so many players that can come on and change the game off the bench and come into that system. It just makes it so difficult as an opposing manager, especially when you're going into half-time 2-0 down.
Yeah, and you mentioned it during the first half, the tiredness. That's where, at this level especially, it really comes in. Because
and feeling beaten to go alongside the tiredness, right?
And that seems to have been something that Guildford really felt. Part of the reason that second goal was scored was because of the ill feeling they had towards the first. All their attention seemed to go in towards the lino, into the ref. They lost their cool. They got frustrated on 2 occasions where they were too physical or late in the challenge, and sort of lost their way. And maybe that was a reason why, that coupled with a bit of tiredness at the end of the first half, that Dazza's been able to pop up in that space and quite not want to say easily, but the reason he was able to shoot from that space was because there's no one challenging him. So. And that's sort of why we made that point about you've got to keep your cool against Farnham. Like, you can't let those things affect you. You're gonna always have decisions go against you. But at this level, playing a top team like this, don't throw it away by just getting overly aggressive and just stay calm. And I thought they were at 0-0. I thought they were being really, really calm.
25 minutes they were really good.
Yeah, and then they've just lost their way. But I guess that's the challenge, right?
But when you're a good team yourself, and Guildford they are a good team. They've been a good team this season. They've been competitive. They've scored lots of goals. When you're on the end of a team who probably had 80% of the ball in that first half, 75-80% of the ball, and you're getting frustrated because you're so used to having the ball yourself, 50-50. You're in games that are a bit more like a basketball game. It goes from one end to another, of which we probably saw in the first 7 or 8 minutes. It felt like it was high tempo. And then you're in a game where you're having to shuffle left to right, and you're just not used to doing it.
Yeah.
And as a player who've been in a team which are used to just counter-attacking or going up and down, finding the channels, you're not able to do it. Then you're in sort of like defence mode instantly, and that's when you get your back up. That's when you get frustrated, and you're going to pick up yellow cards, and you're going to get lost in the game, and
you lose concentration and focus.
And you can't afford to do that.
It was interesting. Just at the last play of the game there, their number 11, I think it was down on the left wing here, and looked like he was started off in a lot of space. Decided to run the channel. Not a single Guildford player came over to help him. There was a few in the box, but he was never able to get a cross in. And he felt like in the first 10-15 minutes that wasn't happening. They would have surrounded him. They'd have got down there in numbers and really helped him out.
I suppose that's the other issue, right? If you're a manager, but also a midfield player playing for Guildford, you've got attacking opportunity, but you've got 3 Farnham players here that if the ball comes back out, there's a huge opportunity for them to score because you've got so much quality going back the other way. You don't want to commit yourself because you can quickly get caught and it's 2-3, 4-0.
And that's the challenge now for Guildford, right? Like,
absolutely.
How are they going to get themselves back in this game without leaving themselves really, really open? And as we said at the start, they've shoveled a lot of goals already this season. They've conceded quite a few. Do you think maybe there's a chance they might just try and keep the first 10 minutes tight and just go back to being
I know what the message will be, having watched Non-League Diaries, which is out on every Friday, behind the scenes at Farnham Town.
Nice.
Having watched the changing room conversations that Jono has, I think the big message this season, because we've been leading in lots of games, especially going into half time, is go and kill the game. Next 15 minutes, you boys have got an opportunity to make this 3-0 and kill the game, and then I'm going to make subs. There's 5 subs that we can use in this league, and he'll want to make them. He'll want to make them. He'll want to, we're going Saturday, Tuesday in the next 2.5 weeks. He's going to want to rest players. He's going to want to give chances to these 5 boys that are on the bench. We've got players coming back from injury that he'll want to give minutes to. He wants these boys, the starting 11, to go out there and kill the game within the first 10-15 minutes, and then let the players go and enjoy themselves. Let them go and express themselves. Go and get 4-5. And then you've got players in that dressing room as well who will just be thinking about one thing, and that's the clean sheet. Ryan Canane, Michael Kinsella, Pat Nash will be looking at it and going, we've got one job here, make this to 0, and they've done so 11 times this season, and they'll be very keen to make this the 12th. Probably got a few more minutes before the boys are back out on the pitch.
How have you felt, Harry, as 25% of the season almost done, which is crazy when you think about it.
It's gone quick, isn't it?
The changes that you've seen
I think
since the summer to this side.
You've got to give a huge amount of credit to the management team and to the players, because there's no denying and no hiding from the fact there was a hell of a lot of pressure on Farnham Town on the field this season. No getting away from the fact we're going for promotion this year, and that means that there's pressure with every game, and every game that Farnham play, every team that they play, it's that team's cup final, and they're going to be up for it, and they're going to look to beat them. Now at the start of the season, that was about showing that Farnham aren't as good as everyone says they are. Now that's kind of past now. Farnham are the last team in the entire of England to be perfect. We're 9 games, 9 wins, and we're about to make it, hopefully, 10 out of 10. But it's now changed, because now Now teams want to come and break that record. So it's gone from being show Farnham to not be as good as they are, to now Farnham are really good. Can we be the guys to upset the run? And all of those things are pressure, and all of those things are things that can be used. We call them like changing room tidbits, like things that make the team talk really easy, because you're like, we're going to be the guys that are going to do this. We're going to come in here, we're going to upset it, we're going to be in front of a big crowd. There's a big opportunity for you boys to go and make something happen. And Farnham, every single time, have turned up, and credit to the players, and just made that a borderline impossible task for the teams, especially who've come to the Memorial Ground, where we've been electric, really. But it's, as someone who professes to be Farnham's #1 fan, it's certainly been a journey in the last sort of 6 to 9 months. We stood in this very commentary box for the final against Balham. A very, very different style of football. Even in a winning team, that was our 12th game in a row, winning.
Yeah.
And that was very direct. Flatty and Shams were the stars of the show. It was very clear what Farnham were going to do every single time. There was no hiding from it.
It was a plan A,
yeah.
and that was it, really.
And we were very good at plan A.
Yeah.
But now we're with a team, and you just touched on it, that has a plan A, B, C, D, and E. And that is very, very different to watch as a fan, because you're like, okay, we're not doing brilliantly here, but if we change this.
And do you think that's the biggest challenge for the rest of the league? Because you said it yourself, like everyone thought at the start of the season, before a ball's even been kicked, well, Farnham looked like a good outfit. They've signed a few players from leagues above.
Yep.
They've really strengthened. But now they've had a chance to see that team in action, and managers can sit down and watch those matches. They could watch the one from the weekend. It was a tight game that perhaps didn't quite go. Got the win, but perhaps didn't go quite to plan as such.
Yep.
Are those all opportunities for opposing managers to say? So I guess my question is that why it's so important to have A, B, C, D, and actually E might be plan A as well, but so that you keep the league guessing all the time.
Yeah,
because
I think
you're not, to be perfect for the whole season.
Oh, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But I think, again, what's interesting is Jono, and a few managers have messaged me about it and talked to me about it. It's like Jono is known, and when he was at Bedfont with Jimmy and lots of this team, like Bedfont had Flay, Shams, Daz, Kinsella, Joe Jackson. Like this is not an unusual team for Jono, but that team is incredibly direct. It played 3-5-2, and it wasn't possession based. Jono and Jimmy have transitioned a team and built a team that they wanted to come and enjoy, not just at set 5, but build a team and a style of football that can have success higher up the pyramid.
And what do you think's driven that? Is that a desire from them to want to play a different style of football? Have they grown as managers, or?
I don't know. I didn't watch them at Bedfont, but what I would say is they've been given the resources in order to get a team and build a team around players that are better at doing and keeping the ball.
So it's not a remit you've given them as
No,
like, I want to see this from my football club.
No, I think when we sit as a board, it's very much about selecting the manager, allocating funds for them to go and do what they need to do and set targets. But other than that, it's never really been about this is how we want football to be played at Farnham. Now, it's nice to be able to watch football that's entertaining, and I talk to people that have been around the club for many, many more years than I have. People like Mick Morgan on the board, on the committee, and people like that who said it's the most entertaining style of football we've watched, because we look in control, we look comfortable on the ball, we play nice football in little pockets, we play in triangles, we score lovely goals, despite actually that being one of the it's the goal we've scored from the furthest out this season, and we very, very rarely shoot from outside the 20-yard or the 18-yard box. So it's never been a directive, but I think they've got the right resources. But I think they also wanted to prove a point. Farnham weren't just going to come in. We weren't just going to put together a squad that would just win the league by hook or by crook. It was going to be a squad that did it the right way and were ready to go up a league and compete there as well. And in order to compete there, you need to play good football. You can't just pump it long to a good striker and hope for the best and have a solid defence. You need to have a style of play. And Farnham have very clearly got a style of play, and we've had comments in the on YouTube already this evening to say how nice it is to watch Farnham play football, and it is. Whether I'm involved in the club or not, as a fan, it's really nice to come and watch Farnham play because we knock it about, we create chances from nothing, we've got players that can make things happen, and it's exciting.
You probably won't like this question, but at this early stage of the season, are there any plans in place for potential promotions?
No, we went into the season desperate for promotion, and we've made no bones about that, and every single piece of content that we create, and that's also put a lot of pressure on, right, which is why I have to commend the management team and the players for responding to that, because we've been very open, we're going for it, and no, there's no plans. Our plan is to build a legacy and build a brand here at Farnham Town that the town itself can be proud of, and more people come through the gate and enjoy it, and we can inspire the next generation. We've got an amazing youth section. We're very blessed that lots of them come down and watch with their families, and they want to be these players. They want to be this 11, and they're playing football on a Saturday or a Sunday morning, and they come and watch the game, and they want to meet the players and want to be the players, because hopefully in 10 years' time, when they're old enough to play, they will be in the first team, and they aspire to be there, and hopefully we're higher up the pyramid, and it's an exciting place to be.
Well said.
Right, thanks very much. We are about to kick off into the second half, and it will be Farnham's kick off, and it will be them shooting towards the clock end, where they have been very, very successful this season. And I do find it odd that teams don't try and turn us around at kick-off, but it is Farnham Town to get us underway, and it's long by Ryan Canane towards Charlie Postance, who heads it to himself.
That's another shoulder. Very, very late, clumsy. Just as he was about to challenge for the ball.
Not really sure why he had to do it either. The goalkeeper was definitely going to get it, as Guildford come forward with a bit of impetus. Ball still at the feet of the Guildford player. And Farnham do well to clear it. Max Meaton at right back. Good evening, Mr. Nick Aldgate, who's watching along at home in Watford.
Hi, Nick.
Farnham Town come away nicely. The ball goes forward towards the big man Charlie Postance, who looks to flick it on, doesn't quite get enough on it. And Guildford will get it back to the goalkeeper, but Flatty will chase it down. And Adam Liddell nearly manages to nick the ball in front of the defender.
Could have been a Declan Rice kind of situation there.
124 of you tuning into Step 5 League games with Farnham Town taking on Guildford City. Guildford come into this game 8th in the league after a hot start, and form has dwindled over the last couple of weeks. Farnham, the only perfect team in the entire English pyramid to be perfect so far this season. 9 games from 9 wins. Plenty of goals along the way, not many conceded. Only 2 in the league, and are winning here 2-0 after goals from Michael Kinsella, or an own goal. We're not yet to confirm which
TBC.
one. And a fantastic goal, if you do rewind, on about the 45th minute by Daryl Sanders, who scored from 25-30 yards. It was really quite something special. That was a poor pass from Sanders, but Adam Liddell looks to regain possession, and Guildford volley away, only as far as Cooksley into the feet of Sanders, who ran the show in the first half and is looking to do the same in the second. If Farnham do get an early goal, it will be a sub I expect Farnham to make. Joe Jackson now in front of us, in left back. Naturally a centre midfielder by trade, Joe Jackson, but he's played in 5 different positions on this 4-2-2-2 so far this season.
Diverse.
Very diverse, and very good in every single one of those positions. As Adam Liddell picks up the ball on the edge of the box. Ball goes wide. And it's across the goal! Huge opportunity for Farnham Town, but can't quite turn it in. It was a brilliant ball across the face of goal. And that was it. That was the opportunity for Charlie Postance to get on the end of it.
Wrong foot? Really?
I just feel like he's a bit flat-footed in order to go for it. It doesn't quite anticipate it. It was a really nice ball. But like I said, Jono's message to the players in the dressing room would have been, let's kill this game. Let's kill it early. It's been one of Farnham's worst characteristics as the ball goes into the channel for Will May. And it's back to Pat Nash, who finds Max Meaton, who then looks for Flatman, who plays a lovely little ball across into Adam Liddell. He can't quite get there, and the Guildford player does well to clear it and nearly takes out three or four people in the stand as Farnham take the throw quickly and lose the ball in midfield. Guildford do well, and they're going to come all the way out just in front of us, and with the number 2 at the right back position, plays it into the channel. Farnham will look to get rid of this quickly. Joe Jackson. Adam Liddell does really well and plays it forward into Charlie Postons' path, who's one-on-one with the goalkeeper if he can get it forward. Checks back, shoots. Oh, just wide on near post, and Lewis Flatman.
You can hear Flatty from here.
Lewis Flatman is absolutely fuming.
He's knackered, the fella.
But to be fair to Charlie Postons, he
created it for himself.
He did, and it was a good effort. It was a good effort in the end. It was a lovely pass into Charlie Postons.
Yeah, his first touch was nice, and then the cutback was good. Just couldn't quite provide the finish. 2
good chances for Farnham so far as a header comes up from, it's gone between 2 there. Comes up from Kinsella. Ooh. Joe Jackson's been caught cold, and Guildford have a chance to get forward. And there's a huge opportunity to come back. It's gone wide. What a great chance. What a great chance. It's gone through the legs of a defender and it's gone out for a goal kick, but that's the counter-attack that Farnham need to be careful of. Players were sucked in. Joe Jackson lost the ball just in front of us, and there was a shot that, if it had found the inside of the post, was definitely going in. Kinsella. Max Meaton on the far side. Lewis Flatman into Joe Jackson. Comes inside, goes to Lamar Karoma. Kanane looks really nicely into Charlie Postons, into Darryl Sanders breaking forward from midfield. Where will he look? Look outside to Lewis Flatman. Now to Max Meaton on the far side, in front of the clock end, clipped up, header! Oh, and he can't quite get it across the line. Harry Cooksey on the outside of the box. Oh! He really won't want to see that one back.
He's claiming a lot, but
the ball goes over the top. I think he's just completely airshot it, hasn't he?
He looked like...
Giggle from Jimmy Hibbert below me. He really won't want to see that one back.
I mean,
I'll be in the group chat tomorrow morning, I'm sure.
You know your chances of a penalty are slim when your managers are laughing at you.
Adam Liddell in midfield. Can he look wide? He can. Invites Joe Jackson forward. Drifts inside. Player slips. Flatman! Farnham Town have hit the post for the third time. It was a really nice cutback from Joe Jackson. Flatman calls it.
Yeah, and
makes great connection.
And he's kept it down lovely again, which is not always the case with Flatty, as we know.
Farnham Town need to kill this game. They've created a huge amount of chances. Ryan Kanane calls and wins the header. Flatman. Ooh. That looked painful, Mark. That looks painful. There was a unanimous groan from around the ground. It's Harry Cooksey finds his footing.
He sort of looked stunned, really. He wasn't quite sure what had happened to him.
Michael Kinsella.
It's a cold night for one of those stingers.
Absolutely. Max Meaton now into Adam Liddell, who again has dropped short. Kinsella goes forwards, but it's very straight and to nobody, and it's back to the goalkeeper, who is very lucky to have had his posts this evening. I'll be checking the thickness. That is a whipped ball back towards Pat Nash, who does really well.
Space.
Oh, it was just cannoned off Adam Liddell's chest, and that's spun in by Guildford City. And Farnham find themselves in the channel with Darryl Sanders, and the ball comes across. It's really good. Oh, Flatman can't quite get it under control. Adam Liddell. Harry Cooksley into Sanders. Oh, looked for the little touch. Oh, he's done well, the Guildford defender, actually, in the end. Very good. Cooksey done really well. As has Liddell and Jackson. Liddell shoots. Deflected.
Oh.
Sanders, beautifully done.
Really nice improvisation.
Poor touch, but he gets away with it.
Again, the impro.
Oh. Kinsella. Flatman. Really nice from Flatman. Inside the fullback. Very, very good. Across it comes again. There's no attacking player to be seen. And it goes out for a Guildford.
I said earlier in the first half I was being quite polite to Guildford and said it wasn't a siege. I didn't want to use the word siege, but I think now it is a siege.
Okay, good. I'm glad we got
have
clarity.
laid siege
to the Guildford goal.
to the Guildford goal since the start of the second half.
But again, Farnham need to kill the game. They've seen, you know, one little chance, but Farnham need to kill the game.
The referee's missed that one. That's a shirt pull. It's pulled him right back.
Great touch by Ryan Canane. Brings it down calmly, and it's back to Pat Nash, who'll be used as an outfield player for the second half, I imagine. Very good with his feet. Meaton. Canane. Joe Jackson. Sanders, who looks to be walking around the pitch with a swagger.
They're using the full width of the pitch far more in this second half. They started right from the first minute. They've used far more of it and stretched Guildford far more.
Lamar into Flatman, who does well. Really nice. Sanders with a great touch. Liddell. Farnham going forward into Lewis Flatman. Oh, Flatman again. Shoots. Oh, it's just wide. Corner ball. Farnham are definitely sieging the goal.
That was kind of a good example of what I was saying, you know, left to right from the defensive positions and then the ball into Sanders, and then he's got more space than he had in the first half.
Absolutely.
Because they're having to stay wider, they're more spread now. And of course tiredness creeps in, as we mentioned.
And the ball comes out to Sanders quickly. Joe Jackson shoots.
Oh, it's not a bad strike.
Decent effort from the left back today. Like I said, has played 4 or 5 different positions. He's played centre back against Shearwater. He played right back against Rising Boulders. He's played left back tonight. He's played centre midfield and that holding role alongside Harry Cooksey. He's played attacking midfield and the role alongside.
I'm looking forward to seeing him in goal later.
He said he's just desperate to play as a number 9 and in goal to complete the full lot. Shows his individual quality though, that he can play all those different things. Ryan Canane calls and heads. And Kinsella does well to get rid of the ball, and that ball has gone well out, and luckily there's a spectator watching it from the car park, and he will go and get the ball. Oh no, he's just going to stay on the phone. That's £35 there, just sitting outside.
We win it, flags out! We win it, flags out!
Really good touch. Really nicely done by Harry Cooksey. Wins a throw-in and relieves the pressure on Farnham Town. Sanders brings that pocket, and that's where Liddell will come into. But Farnham will be patient, as they have done for most of this match so far. Nice touch from Flatman. Oh, they can't quite get it under.
That's the first thing he's done wrong. He's human.
Yeah. Guildford City with a chance to get the ball forward. And now with their number 2, Adam Liddell and Harry Cooksey working hard, and there's a bit of space here. Bit of space here for Guildford. Huge amount of space. And Lamar again there to clear up the danger. Adam Liddell with a great touch. And Lid's really nicely out to Max Meaton, now into Sanders, who clips it back to Canane, and now into playmaker Harry Cooksey. Nicely played into the channel to Adam Liddell, and that's not a good ball at all. And again, Guildford have a chance to get the ball forward.
Yeah, it's decision making, isn't it?
In the middle from number 6. who plays it in a cannon. Oh, that is a poor tackle.
That's surely another yellow there. Far too late.
Yeah,
it's a lunge.
So. The two Guildford forwards are booked. Number 7 and number 9.
Former Farnham player, am I correct?
Farnham player.
Under 23.
He's looked lively tonight.
Got a point to prove tonight. Well, I'm sure this is for him. This is a big night.
Yeah, absolutely. Farnham youth product. Had a really, really good season last season in the under 23s and had an even better season the season before under Dan Goodall, who is in the bench, in the dugout even for Guildford, and brought him across to Guildford when he went there, and has done really, really well. Top goal scorer for Guildford this season. Pacey, powerful, number 9, old school. But not an easy task to be a number 9 when you're going up against someone.
No, but he had that chance at 0-0, clean through on goal.
True. What a great ball that is, by the way. Oh, you can't quite get under his spell, the wizard. But interesting, Farnham electing to go long at times, stretch the game, keep them guessing.
Yeah, be direct. You can do that now. Now that the space has opened up more.
15 minutes played in this second half. Farnham Town have not done what I wanted them to do and killed the game.
No, but you could see the intent was there.
And just couldn't finish the ball off.
And I think some of those chances have been unlucky, you'd say. But probably the most frustrating thing is some of these balls into the box from wide areas have not been attacked as perhaps they might.
That's a good header. And Guildford have a huge amount of players coming forward here. And a chance to shoot. And Pat Nash will eat that one up for breakfast. And he'll be pleased because he likes making saves.
And he likes breakfast.
Perfect. Joe Jackson. Liddell with a nice touch, opens his body, finds himself in the channel. There's no one with him. Couldn't quite make it work. There was very limited options for him. Canane. Lamar. Cooksey. Time. Flatty really nicely into Cooksey in the triangle. Now out wide to Daryl Sanders. Sanders saunters towards the edge of the box. Ball comes in. Oh, and it's well dealt with in the end. It was a good cross. Ball going to come out. Lamar Karoma doesn't win it, and neither does Max Meaton.
Guildford bench again, really vociferous about a decision, but actually, looked like he got
just a fair tackle.
Yeah, it really did. Just watching it again here. He's rolled across, managed to actually get the ball as well.
Long throw. Now there's another chance for Guildford to get the men forward, and they have done. And he'll shoot. And Pat Nash saves, spills it, and Farnham clear. But they're starting to get men forward. And that's really good from the Guildford player. And he's given a corner ball to Guildford. And look how many players commit themselves forward when he does. Farnham needs to be aware of that counter-attack. To be fair to Guildford, brought a decent amount of fans tonight. Cold Tuesday evening and made some decent noise.
They're vocal. Mainly at the liner.
Yeah. Right, chance for Guildford to get the ball in the box. And they do, really nicely towards the back sticks, up in the air, up more than away. Couldn't tell you where the ball was. And Farnham win a goal kick. Pat Nash short to Michael Kinsella. Now wide with Max Meaton. Joe Jackson. Ryan Canane will clip it forward in towards Adam Liddell. Tries to win the ball, he wins it the second attempt. Tries to get the ball across and can't quite get enough on it, and it gets into the goalkeeper's hands. Nice ball though again from Ryan Canane.
Yeah, that's what he's about, isn't he? He loves finding those long diagonals.
6'5", kick with both feet, scores goals.
Oh, he's like a racehorse. If racehorses were really good at central defending.
Oh, it's a brilliant header by Charlie Postons. Now with Daryl Sarners invites his left back and housemate Joe Jackson forward. Spills out to Sarners and now invites right back Max Meaton in. And Max Meaton's put a great ball in, and it's Postons! Oh, what a fantastic header, and what a fantastic save.
Oh, fantastic save, and I'm so glad to see Postons really attack that, because he hasn't had many opportunities to do that, but the ones that have come in, he's either missed it or they've been slightly behind him. That was one he could really attack, and he did. He gave it some welly. Keeper maybe was just a little bit further out than he wanted to be, but fine save.
To make a header with
such
that
an
much
effort.
power.
No, because it was probably on the edge of the area.
Really, really good, and a great ball in from Max Meaton. The clock end tried to suck that one in. Ball comes out to the edge of the box. Sanders into the box.
That's in!
That's in! And it's Adam Little! It was a really, really good ball in from Daryl Sanders. Guildford were asleep, and a little flicked header goes over the goalkeeper. We'd literally just seen a version of it 35 seconds before, and this time it goes into the back of the net, and Farnham Town are 3-0 to the good.
It's a short corner, played really nicely, space for Saunders to deliver the ball.
Onto it. It's another one that's behind him, and he's just flicked it over the goalkeeper. Really, really nice.
We mentioned a few moments ago that perhaps the one criticism from the chances that Farnham had created is we weren't really arriving late into the box at the back post for balls from wide areas. I'm not saying that was at the back post, but it's great to see us actually get someone in there and attack the ball.
Really nice goal for Farnham, and the third of the evening. And now it's Operation Clean Sheet for Ryan Kinane and company. Daryl Sanders. Oh, fucking hell, that's not... It's not ideal.
You got a bet on? He's got a bet on corners.
Guildford corners, that wasn't what I was expecting. Farnham Town need to reset quickly.
I'm not entirely sure what was going on, but
What's happening?
Again, the Guildford bench seems to be fuming about something.
Boys had a bad night with them like ref.
Referee thankful for the comments. Not really sure what the point of that was. All 8 of the Guildford City coaches. And the ball goes into the box. It's a nice chance. Well headed away though by Farnham Town. Daryl Sanders. Harry Cooksey. Daryl Sanders again. Cooksey.
I think maybe they wanted to make a substitution and they weren't able to get the Lino's attention. I think that's what was frustrating them.
Is there a player ready to come on? Yeah, he's in his bib. Cooksey.
Just keep moving it, keep moving it.
That's good. Joe Jackson with a bit of space. Now Daryl Sanders releases and he gets the ball into his feet. Joe Jackson is still bombing on and he's free here. He's crossed it with his left foot.
Oh! What a strike.
What a cross.
What a move.
Brilliant from Farnham Town. And it's 4-0. Adam Little starts to absolutely fire in Farnham claret. It was gorgeous.
When you say to kids, get your knee over the ball, this is what they mean, because it's bounced before it's gone in, but it's because he's got his knee over it and he's hit it down into the ground, back from where it came.
Brilliant.
No chance for the keeper.
Really, really, really good. And another really, really good football goal.
Footy goal.
And Adam Liddle has just commented, well done, Adam Liddle. Love mum. Thank you, Adam Liddle's mum. Okay, substitute.
She'll be
blinding down
She'll be cock-a-hooper what she's just seen there in the last minute.
Tell that Guildford City bench to sit down. Only 2 standing, not 6. Correct. Right, 14's coming on. He's a wide player, I think. And Owen Dean is coming on for Farnham Town. Looks like it could be Charlie Postons. It is Charlie Postons, who I think has been pretty good.
Yeah, I think
I think he'll be disappointed with his first half to not have been on the end of it, and a real good chance at the start of the second half. But
yeah,
you know, I think on the whole, Farnham Town's build-up play in that area got his assist for the Darrell's goal in the first half, but Owen Dean will go on and partner Adam Liddell.
I think when you're playing up front in this side, you're always going to be annoyed if you've not scored. I think that's it would be worrying if you didn't feel like that.
Absolutely. Owen Dean straight into the action as the ball goes long. Max Meaton looks to clear it, and brought down by Lewis Flatman. Now into the path of Adam Liddell, who is
on a hat-trick.
And potentially could score Farnham's first hat-trick of the season. Does really well there, Liddell. Wins the ball back, finds Sanders, and Joe Jackson is coming forward. Sanders spins. Liddell. Oh, the ball's come out. It's really well done from the number 7 for Guildford. To be fair to the Guildford City fans, still singing. 4-0 down. Nice pass. Play close on as Max Meaton goes down on the floor. Ball at the edge of the box. Huge chance for Guildford. And it's come back out. And there's that man, Ryan Canane, to clear things up.
You've got it as a Guildford player. You've got to be fuming with that. That's probably his first touch. I guess he's cold. He's just come onto the pitch.
All he needed is touch shoot.
Or even just turn on it and hit it.
Fantastic Adam Liddell. Fantastic goal, Adam Liddell. Love mum. Fantastic that we've got family members watching on 171 of you. And if you're not all subscribed, then please do subscribe. Makes a big difference. Really does. We don't do all this for nothing.
I do.
Yeah, it's true. As do I, actually. In fact, it costs me money to do it. I'm not really sure what happened there with this.
No, it didn't really look
coming
like
together.
Didn't look
like a foul. Definitely wasn't a foul.
Well, it didn't seem to be a foul, but it definitely must have come from contact.
It's Max Meaton. Paul Johnson definitely won't want another defensive injury to add to his problems. But Guy Hollis and Jack Dean are very close to being back. Guy Hollis is on the bench, and with it being 4-0, I'd expect him to get some minutes tonight. And it will be his first minute since a Burnham pre-season friendly where he injured his MCL in his knee. And has been out ever since July. Ball comes out only as far as a Guildford player on the edge of the box. And he's given the foul. Farnham need to get back in. Recalibrate. Shooting chance. Actually, the free kick in the first half was a good one. Just slightly overhit. But it looks like he's lining up again. Adam Liddell with despite Farnham Town having scored over 60 goals so far this season. I think that was the 61st goal we've scored this season, the Adam Liddell second. I think we've only had 3 or 4 braces. Great save by Pat Nash.
Well held.
I think, yeah, only had 3 or 4 braces. Dean Rule got one against Crowborough in the FA Cup. Adams tonight. Shams has had 1, and Harry Cooksey has had 1. Actually, Harry Cooksey's had 2 because he scored 2 penalties against Hawley. So yeah, only 4 or 5 braces and no hat-tricks. And that speaks to the depth of forwards that Farnham Town have got. Joe Jackson probably held on to it for too long, but it's into the chest of Lewis Flatman, who turns really nicely and passes the ball out to Ryan Canane. Now Joe Jackson and Farnham will be patient in their build-up with time on the clock being 27, about 20 minutes to go. Joe Jackson gets it to Owen Dean, who tries to clip it back. It's straight to a Guildford City defender.
I mean, it clearly came off him.
Absolutely clear, and even the Guildford City bench didn't contest that.
All
one.
their fans just stared at it. It sort of baffles me how they...
Joe Jackson. Cooksey. Jackson. Kinane. And quarterback Kinane goes forward. It's a touch from Daryl Sanders, but he loses it in the middle of the park. And Guildford will build another attack and into this number 2 just in front of me, who will stretch Adam Little all the way back into defensive duties. And he does really well, Adam Little. As does Joe Jackson, who gets it clear. Flatman goes forward towards Owen Dean, but couldn't quite direct it with enough power. That's a great knock, by the way. What a ball. What a ball. And Guildford have a chance with Farnham Town committed forward. Great save. Harry Cooksey.
Really calm.
Really calm head. Gets the rid of the ball.
Basuma out there.
That was unbelievable. Joe Jackson. Sanders finds himself at the left-back position this time. Kinane. Sanders.
He's always wanted to play there.
Yeah, he just loves left-back. He's jealous of his housemate, Joe Jackson. Oh, it's clipped forward, and it is to Sanders. Nice touch. Draws the man. Plays it on the outside. Back to Sanders, who wins the ball. Jackson. Karoma even. Jackson now. Sanders drives forward into space. Here he is again. Ball comes across on the outside. It's deflected across the goal and no one's there. Looked like it just needed to be hit first time by Owen Dean.
He did. I think he was trying to lay it off, but actually the opportunity was on to score.
There's a lovely drive again down this left-hand side between Jackson and Sanders. Sanders, who scored in the first half, probably Farnham's goal of the season so far. Hard to contest it.
Owen Dean's got to turn on that and strike it with his left foot.
Ball comes in behind. He's not offside, the Guildford City player. Operation Clean Sheet is
in full force.
Lewis Flatman. He just needs to play the ball. Does really well in the end to find Lamar Karoma, who spins on the ball and gets it to his midfield teammate Harry Cooksey, who spreads it out wide and receives it back. Cooksey into Lamar. 3 players move forward. Now Joe Jackson will get the ball. No, it's going to be left to Daryl Sanders. Farnham very, very happy to have it. 4-0
really
up.
Comfortable now.
And if you're a Guildford City player, you must be bored of watching the ball go from left to right.
And then through you.
You've just got to have such good concentration. Great touch from Joe Jackson. Spins with a bit of space. Huge amount of support. Oh, it was the right idea from Adam Little. Just couldn't quite link up with Sanders in the right way. And there's another substitution for Farnham Town. Oh, 3. Triple substitution. Dean Rule, Brandon Kalu and Shamal Edwards will be entering the field. And first of all is Harry Cooksey, which makes me question what is going to happen in the next couple of minutes. Was not the substitution I was expecting based on the players on the side of the pitch. Daryl Sanders will also make way, as I said he probably would. This could be a change of shape.
Change of shape, yeah, change of formation.
But I just don't know who's going to... Oh, sorry. Brandon Kalu will come left back. Joe Jackson will go in with Lamar. No, it won't be a change of shape. It'll be a like for like. And
just move over. It's Jackson, because Jackson can play everywhere.
Jackson will play in centre of the field. And the only player to remain on the pitch, who probably will see out the whole game now, is Adam Little, who's on a hat-trick.
Well, he would have been fuming to come off, frankly. He's hidden down there on the left wing, trying to stay out of it.
Okay, it is a change in shape. It is a change in shape. It is a 4-2-3-1. Owen Dean right, Dean Rule in the 10, Shamal Edwards on the left, and Adam Little down the middle. Adam Little down the middle.
It sounds lovely.
It sounds lovely, and hopefully it will be lovely for him. I thought this player's been very good, actually.
Excellent, yeah. And actually, in the first 5-10 minutes, he was pivotal for every good thing that was good that Guildford did.
Yeah, number 10 for Guildford. I thought it's had a really, really good game. as good as you can have a game, really, when you're 4-0 down. I think he's kept the ball really well, moved it cleverly. And Farnham have reinvigorated. Pushing the back, and Farnham Town get a foul just on the outside. This is where Cooksley or Daryl Sanders would have absolutely loved it.
Seething.
And who will take this? It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting to see when Farnham makes subs, who takes what. More importantly, if Farnham were to get a penalty, I would love to see who would take it. Probably Adam Liddell for the pet.
Nash.
Great left foot.
Oh, taken early.
Shamal Edwards squares up his man, drives into the box. Edwards cuts back outside, and wins a corner.
No.
Oh no, wins a goal kick for Guildford. Any learnings from down there on the Guildford bench?
No, I think they're just miffed. Yeah. I think I've had enough. That's what I think.
I would be as well. Oh. That was poor from Dean Rule, ducked underneath. Let Guildford. Ball goes long. He's tried a few of those crossfield passes. That's a really nice touch.
Ooh, men over.
Jackson. Kinane into Brandon Kalu. Into Dean Rule. Be interesting to see two pivotal ball-playing players have come off in Cooksley and Sanders. So it'll be interesting to see how Farnham Town move the ball around through that middle.
Yeah, might look more to the wings, maybe a little more direct.
Would make sense.
Possibly here for Ryan. You've got your pace of Shamsi in behind.
Nice from Brandon Kalu.
Here's the direct.
And this is where the clipped ball comes forward into Dean Rule, who touches nicely, and into Shamal Edwards, who will drive across the edge of the box but loses the ball. And that's a great pass. Oh, that's behind the other Guildford forward as he came through with him. And Farnham will get back into their shape.
Yeah, and Farnham hadn't overcommitted either, so they had all the numbers there ready to compete.
Farnham take it quickly, and it's Adam Liddell, who does really, Guildford player does really well to get the ball off him fairly. Man over here for Guildford as they come forward with numbers. Ball comes in, goes all the way across, and it might come all the way through. Brandon into Shamal Edwards with a big touch, and it's a poor one for Edwards. Almost looked to buy the foul, but doesn't quite get it. About 10 minutes to go. Jackson does well, does really well. It's now Liddell with a great touch. And another great touch. Mark Godfrey beside me. Oh, foul all day long again on Lamar Karoma. He's very, very good at getting his body in the way.
Just leaning over the gantry to see Guy Hollis shirting up.
He will get his first minutes in 3 or 4 months.
He must be delighted with this moment.
Yeah, and luckily Jack Bass, the cameraman, is filming it, so he's identified the opportunity for the documentary.
He's probably spent more time sorting out his hair than he has wondering about.
I like that though.
Actually coming on.
I like that. It's good for the cameras. Ryan Kinane with a nice touch out of his feet and looks to go long and does so. And the ball's going to come out to Dean Rule, who clips it into Shamal Edwards, who's in the box. Back to Brandon Kalu. He'll put it on his left foot. Put a ball in. It's really nice. Oh, outside to Owen Dean. Still in the box, Farnham Town. Outside the boot into Adam Liddell. Oh. His hat trick, and he's kind of hit it 3 times in the space of half a second. But he's done well to block that one. And Shamal Edwards will chase that down all the way. And Edwards has done really well.
That's a great goal.
It's brilliant from Shamal Edwards.
It should be pointing at Shamsi there because he has made every bit of that.
Really, really, really good football goal. And a goal that shows, even at 4-0 up, they've got desire to go and get it. Owen Dean with the goal, and it's Farnham Town 5, Guildford City 0. And it is a substitution, and a substitution that I'm really pleased to see. Michael Kinsella comes off, having played a really good game actually, and on comes captain Guy Hollis for the first time in 3.5 to 4 months. And he's back. Played for Bracknell and Slough Town last year in Step 2 and 3. And he kits up for the first time in Step 5. Guildford fans still singing, enjoying themselves as the number.
I don't think they are.
Aren't they? Oh,
They're singing, but I don't think they're enjoying themselves.
I think they've had actually quite a good night. They've watched some lovely football, that's for sure. Really,
it just
really
doesn't come from their own team. But
they really, really have.
It even sort of found fault there with the challenge there on the keeper from Shamsi.
It was a brilliant,
just
brilliant
dawdling on the ball, absolute dawdling, and we wanted it more. And that's all it is. And I love the fact the referee isn't prepared to just, call it back because the player was being more physical, more aggressive, more wanting the ball more. That's what it's about, I'm afraid.
I think what was really positive for me to see is players still wanting the ball that much when we're 4-0 up, and that's what will please Jono.
And that's what happens when you bring hungry, fit players that want to come and prove a point. And
Absolutely.
Shams is always full of running, and frankly, they should have known that. That's the first time Guildford really dawdled on the ball. They did it 2 or 3 times in a row.
But it also shows
they weren't going anywhere.
How few mistakes you can make against this Farnham Town team.
Right.
Foul given in favour of Guildford City. And about 5 left. Plus added time, of which there won't be that much. Operation Clean Sheet, it's in full effect still. It would be Ryan Canane and Pat Nash's 12th of the season. It's October.
And of course, Hollis can claim his first.
I think the Opta Town only records it if you've been on the pitch for 60 minutes or more.
It's just like my Premier League fantasy team's exactly the same. Take off Udogi after 55 minutes. Nightmare.
The question in the comments is, how old is Max? I think Max is 26. He's been at the club for, I think his 10th year. He would be a 26-year-old who'd get a testimonial. Brandon into Shamal Edwards, who clips it round the player and looks to come down on goal, and the goalkeeper really won't want that, and he sliced it. And this ball could go anywhere.
Wrong club selection.
Into Owen Dean out wide to Dean Rule, who wins a corner. Farnham are still rampant up there. They want goals.
Does someone want to date Max Meaton?
Mia MP says, just how old is him? And she also says Adam Liddell stinks. So, you just don't know what to read into me as sort of incentives or...
very strange comments. But
ball goes in. Good jump. It's in! Brilliant header.
Owen Dean.
Owen Dean gets his brace off the bench, and that is what you get with Farnham Town's squad. Farnham Town have obliterated this Guildford City team, and it's a good Guildford City team, but it has been easy.
They have. They've had a schooling, is what they've had.
It's been easy.
And there'll be
that was a really good header.
It was a great header, but they will be disappointed now conceding from set pieces like this, because that's one thing you can actually, sort out and control a little bit. They've definitely lost their way.
Now I think the Guildford City fans aren't having a good time. John, are we really pleased? Really, really pleased to see goals being scored, and you can hear him below me still wanting more. Shamal Edwards will drive at the defenders. Edwards with a cross. Comes back out to Brandon Kalu. Lamar Karoma into the feet of Joe Jackson. Guy Hollis.
Rusty,
and Ryan Canane clears up.
Just eating it. He just ate it all up.
made it look easy.
To the point where the other player now can't get up.
It was really quite something to watch.
It was astonishing. It was astonishing. He came in and just went, no.
Match fitness there, playing into Guy Hollis's mistake, I'm sure. There's a player,
sort
right?
of a Gandalf moment of none shall pass. Just going back to what you said about Jono there, like I spoke to him at, I think it was Alton or maybe Cobham. It was a 2-0 victory, and he said, we're going to give someone an absolute spanking in a minute. And I think that's why, he wants to see them put teams to the sword. He wants to see his players score goals when they get the opportunity, and it's good to see. Why not?
That's a nice turn. It's a really nice turn. But they just don't know what to do with it. And now it's Dean Rule with a bit of space in behind. Oh, he's looked for Little straight away. It wasn't a bad idea. Jackson. Kalu. Nice to have a left-footed player at left back. Canane into Hollis. Hollis. Goes long and inside the defender. Ooh, there was a chance there. It was a really nice idea.
It looked like handball.
Who would you rather have at Farnham, Ollie Watkins or Callum Wilson? After tonight's performance, Adam Liddell. Nice ball inside the fullback, and it's going to come all the way back to Pat Nash, who clears out for a.
Good question.
It's on my lovely new groundsman hut.
I think the question still stands though.
Okay. Who do I? Ollie Watkins in good form, isn't he? I like Callum Wilson though, but for my longevity,
Callum Wilson a little bit more injury prone, maybe.
Yeah, and we're trying to build for the long term here at Farnham Town. So Ollie Watkins would be. He's probably a better brand, Ollie Watkins, right now to build.
Oh, you'll sell more shirts.
And I think probably him. Can't be picky at this level.
Hey, make it happen. He's used to claret and blue.
He is. That's another selling point. And he loves winning. Header to Shamal Edwards, who comes across the pitch. A heavy touch. Guy Hollis with his first piece of true defensive action there. And a nice header. And Shamal Edwards is released here. Ball's stuck under his feet a bit. Loses it. Guildford have had a lot of solo running. Oh, that's a good tackle.
How's that?
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Tackle.
I mean, this is why we watch football, for tackles like that.
Fantastic
it's amazing.
Tackle. JJ marauders forward, but that is poor.
It astonishes me how people don't want to see that. Yeah, they don't.
That's a brilliant tackle.
But everything there was great. Cricket's the winner.
Brandon Kalu. Nearly nice into Lamar Cromer. Lets it run across his body. And plays Jackson into the game and back to Ryan Canane, who will always start the attacks. Oh, that was a poor touch.
Interesting.
Adam Liddell, and it's played an opportunity for Farnham to get it back with Canane. Owen Dean is absolutely pinned to that right-hand touchline. Dean Raw with a bit of space. Ducks inside. Lamar Karoma, and the referee blows up after 47 minutes in the second half. It's Farnham Town 6, Guildford City 0. Mark Godfrey, summary for our fans who are just about to dive off the stream.
A fantastic evening for Farnham yet again. A clean sheet, six goals, some of them absolutely brilliant. Changes in personnel, coming in, scoring goals. Brilliant night. We move.
And still perfect. 10 games, plenty of goals, only 2 conceded, still perfect. 10 games, 10 wins. Farnham Town go back top of the league with 3 games in hand and 2 points on the pack. And we will see you next week, actually, away at Sandhurst on Halloween. It's a spooky one. It's Fright Night. Will Farnham Town still be perfect after playing Epsom and Ewell here at the Memorial Ground on Saturday? But next Tuesday we'll be live again for Sandhurst away. We will see you then. Thank you for watching. Do watch Non-League Diaries on YouTube. Please do subscribe, and we will see you again next week.
Good night.
Thank you, mate. Oh, you enjoyed, wasn't it? Yeah, it's good.